Good morning, girls. I'm going to go ahead and video math since Esther and Lincoln, you're not here this week. So I'm going to go ahead and talk through our math lessons for the week. Some of them are new and maybe a little challenging, but some of them are just review things we've learned. So for Monday, lesson 40, it is 5 as a factor. So you're multiplying by 5. We did this in second grade. Okay, so you're multiplying by 5, so you're counting by 5s. If you don't remember the answers, you're counting by 5, so you're going to go anywhere from 0 to 60. So if you get stuck on 6 times 5, you count by 5s 6 times. On the back of that is page 80, we're doing a pictograph. It has a title, ice cream cone sold up at the top. I know this is kind of far away, but you can see it on your paper. It has Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's what we call our labels. And then underneath, you're going to see where it says each cone equals 5 ice cream cones. So each cone is going to be worth 5, so we're counting by 5s. So on number 4, it has 4 questions about your pictograph. What is the title? It shows you where the title's at. How many ice cream cones does each picture stand for? We've gone through that. How many ice cream cones were sold on Friday? So you look at Friday and each cone is worth 5. So make sure you count by 5. And then how many more cones were sold on Saturday than Friday? So you're going to have to count Saturday, then Friday, and subtract. Just kind of giving you an overview of that. We've done it last year, but it's been a while since we've looked at a graph. On Tuesday, lesson 41 is 2-digit dividends. That is where it can get probably our big lesson for the week. Last week we talked about division and we had 4 steps. Now we're going to have 5 steps on the first round, and then we're going to go another round and do 4 steps. Okay, so hopefully you can see on the board. Okay, I have 2 goes into 64, just like you have. So our first step, if you remember, is to divide, but we're going to look at the 6 first. 2 goes into 6. How many times? If you have 6, how many groups of 2 do you have? Well, you have 3. Okay, and I know Lakin, you weren't here, but we put a multiplication sign right here that helps us. So step 2 is multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. It goes right underneath the 6. Okay, step 3, subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0. Okay, so step 4 is compare. This is less than this. And then step 5, we're going to add an arrow, and it's called bring down. So you actually do that on your paper, and you bring your 4 down. Now we're going to take 2 into 4. Okay, so I've got to start over. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is divide 4 divided by 2 equals 2. Okay, second step 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Put it under the number. Okay, third step, subtract. I'm going to subtract 4 minus 4 equals 0. Step 4, I compare, and this is less than that. I know it might be kind of hard to see, so I'm going to move this up a little bit and hope it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to work out the next one. Let me erase this one. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, we're going to do B. 3 into 39, and we'll check on this one too. Let me make sure you can move it down a little. The light's in the way. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps on the first part, and then check. All right, so step 1, we're going to divide. 3 goes into 3 how many times? Once. Step 2, multiply. We put a multiplication sign there if you need to. 3 times 1 is 3. Put it right under the one number we're working with. Now step 3 is subtract. Subtract it, it's 0. Compare, it's less than this. And then step 5 now is called bring down. So you're going to draw an arrow so you know to bring your 9 down. Okay, now we're going to start over. We're going to take 3 into 9. So 9 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay, and then we're going to multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, step 3, subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. Step 4, compare. This is less than this. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to write 13 times 3. So I took the quotient here and our number here, we're going to divide that. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 3 is 3. 39. This matches this. So this tells me that my problem is correct. Okay, so hopefully you can get C. Then on the back, it's all review stuff. So on lesson 42, page 83, it is a bar graph. So it gives you the titles, labels, scales. So your labels are sports. The title is students' favorite sports. And then your scale, if you look at the bottom, it goes 0 to 20. You'll notice it's counting by 2. So make sure you pay close attention to that. So you're going to answer questions 1, A through E about those. Okay. A bar graph uses bars to show data. It says bars may be vertical or horizontal. These are horizontal. Okay, on the back though, you're doing estimated answers, and we touched on this a little bit in 2nd grade, but it has been a while. So let's do a couple of those. Estimating is one of my favorite things. I love estimating. So you have 67 plus 24. Okay, if you remember rounding, we've touched on that this year. We're going to round to the nearest 10. So 67 is going to round up to 70. 24, that's a 4 here, so it's going to round down to 20. And then you add this, and you're done. That's it. You do not answer this problem right here. You just estimate. So first we have to round each number, and then we add what we rounded, and it's called an estimated answer. It's a guess. It's a roundabout. You'll see at the top in your orange box how they did the actual answer there. I guess they want you to. I'm sorry. Well, it says estimate the answer, so I'm not going to make you do the math problem. You just do where you estimated and do that math problem, if that makes sense, like we did here. Okay, then on the lesson 43, it's your quiz day, so it is a review paper. You'll notice on number 2, A, B, and C are divide and check, and it doesn't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, but I want you to write that for a little bit longer so we can get used to our steps. Okay, then on the lesson that would be for Friday, but is for Thursday since we're not going to be here Friday, is uneven division. Sometimes we're going to divide and it's going to be uneven. It's not always going to be equal. And we start out in your orange box. It shows you if you have 5 and divide it by 2, that means we want to put each into 2 equal groups. Well, you can't do that. You're going to have 2 groups and then 1 extra star left over. Okay, so on number 1, it says draw lines to divide the circles into groups of 2. So just up and down. And then I should probably, let me erase this and do this one on the board. Give me just a second. Okay, so we have 9, 2, okay, so we're going to divide into groups of 2. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and then 1 left over. So how many groups of balls? You would put 4, and then you have 1 left over. And then it wants you to circle the math problem, okay, that would be closest to that, and it would be 8 divided by 2, because if you had 8 and divide by 2, you're going to get 4 if you get rid of that one. So it's the math problem closest to that. Okay, I think everything else on there is pretty much a review. Okay, so that's kind of a quick review over the week of math. If you have any questions, just ask your parents and they can ask me, and I will help you out with that. All right, that's math for the week.